Oh yeah, that's not really a keyboard. That's like an entire computer that
Yeah.
you'd be dumping on.
Liz, if you spill coffee on my laptop keyboard, I will no longer have the world's worst laptop.
Why is it the world's worst laptop?
Well, because I just
worse.
wanted it
Very
to
simple.
type. I basically just wanted a word processor that I could walk around with, and that's what I have. But for anything else, it's suboptimal, we shall say.
Well, when you bought it, you wanted it to type. I can almost assure you that that's what it will do. What is it? Were we trying to like run Blender on it or something?
No, but then like later on, it's like, oh, I want to watch YouTube on it, and it's like, oh, it's kind of slow on the internet. And then when we went to conventions to demo like Yark Survivors and stuff, it's like, okay, so I'm sure this can run a video game perfectly fine. And it's like,
Oh no!
No,
You Is 4 frames per second enough for you guys? It'll have to do.
not quite. Like I could probably play this animation that I'm scrolling through now, but it's a little rough to play a video game on it. Let me turn off scrolling so I'm not blasting people's ears in the stream. Yeah, most of this stream, by the way, I'm going to be shading that Coyote illustration, but I'm working on some animation for our next tectonic project, Captain's Log 4, so you guys get a little sneak preview. Ooh, it's going to be fun.
Based.
Based!
Turkey based?
Yeah, that's like an
Not that
even
time of the
more
year.
That's an even more extreme version of it.
Covered in gravy. Smooth like butter.
So I think Gabe, you were gonna say something, and then I stepped on your phrase with my turkey basting joke.
I think I was just talking about laptops, which I don't think anyone actually cares about that much. Yeah, I don't know how much laptops go for these days. The last time I bought a laptop was like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was a gaming laptop, and I got it on sale for like $750.
Oh, nice.
So if you got one that was way
This-
cheaper than that, then I
This
don't know.
laptop is not that good.
Oh
trust
yeah,
me.
this was like,
This is Amazon.
I want to say it was like between 1 and 200. This was really just like, I just want to type on the porch. That's all I want to do. I just want to tippity tap type and enjoy a little bit of breeze and a little bit of sun. So it's like I didn't want to spend like $500 to sit on the porch.
Mhm.
Oh, my iced coffee is incredible today. Good job, David.
You're a barista out of you yet.
One of my many skills, because I don't want to pay like $6 per coffee, because that would rapidly put me into millions of dollars of debt over here. So instead I just make my own
That's
coffee.
ridiculous because you can't have all the fancy sugars, so you just get Americano anyway.
Yeah, well that too. It's like they don't have all of my special ingredients. They think they do. They're like, oh, we have coconut milk, so you can have non-dairy. But then you look at the ingredients on their coconut milk, and it's like, coconut milk with
Coconut flavored.
added sugar and antifreeze. I knew it.
Are you allowed to eat monk fruit?
Yes.
Yeah. Or I don't know about monk fruit itself, but the monk fruit sweetener's good. It's actually weird because it's sweet. It tastes very delicious. In my opinion, probably as good or better than sugar. And it's also, on top of that, it's anti-inflammatory. So it's weird. It's like, it's not just not bad for you. It's also like actively beneficial in some ways. So monk fruit is a big old yes for me.
Oh, remember you have to put the stripes on her tail, and there's some stripes on her arm.
Yep, I got some references ready. For anyone that's like, who are these characters? They are characters from Coyote's upcoming project, Paracity, which looks like it's very cool. He's got a few little animation samples out, but as we all know, indie animation can be a little tough to get the labor concentrated enough to make a full episode. So I don't know what his plans are, but I hope that he has a lot of success in them, because this looks like a really cool little concept.
Is this like fan art type stuff, or are you actually doing something for that guy?
It's basically fan art. We're just doing an art trade. I forget if it was like which one of us had the idea, but one of us had the
It
idea.
was his idea. He contacted me.
It was his idea? Okay. That's good, because I was about to take credit and be like, it was completely my idea. I thought of it.
Dave, you don't talk to people.
That's true. Socializing, running around and being a social butterfly on the internet, not my strong suit. Suit? Can't even pronounce
Suit.
it. But yeah, so we're doing an art trade. Like, I'm like drawing some of his characters, and he's gonna draw, I think he's actually drawing some GarageBand characters. So that'd be good timing, since we're having a GarageBand Kickstarter right now. Which, by the way, if anyone's out there and you haven't backed it yet, it is an option where the campaign is now a little over halfway done, so time is running out. But you're not too late. You can still get it. We've unlocked a bunch of cool stuff for the stretch goals, so that is nice. You never know how a campaign is gonna go until you sit down and do it. So it's nice that it's the first time Jason has ever had a comic campaign. This is his debut print edition comic, so I'm happy that it's going really well for him. Over 200% past the funding goal right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yet
you're gonna
another
just go-
Vivid Publishing success story.
Yay! Cell shading on this, Dave, and then anything else?
Cell shading, I definitely want to, because his style has a lot of very bold, sort of cartoony style rim lights too. So I want to get some nice, bold rim lights on there, and then add just a little bit of more illustrative depth to the darkness. Because I feel like since it is a static image, it's I want to bring a little bit more of my kind of typical lighting setup to it. So it's not just completely trying to. Like, I want to have hints of his style, but I also want it to be sort of, like, clear that it's, like, someone else doing art for him. So that is my plan. Ta-da!
Phil98 says, well done on the comic campaign. Well, thank you. We're not done yet. We might reach second plush.
Second plush. I'm actually thinking we probably will. I gotta check the vote to see if it's still going on for the first plush, actually. We put the vote up, I think, a couple days ago for the first plush character, and I haven't actually looked to see what people are voting for. So I guess I'll do that real quick right now. What are people voting for? Excuse me. Whoa, Ginger is in the lead. 45%.
Oh, I
of the vote.
knew it. I knew it. I didn't have to even say anything.
It looks like it's gonna be Ginger. There's 1 day left, so if you really want to change it up, you can try. But second place, the runner-up so far is Rihanna at a distant second with only 20% of the vote. So.
But if we get 2 plush, maybe we can get both.
We did have someone vote for Anton. I told you that little bastard was a risk. I actually think an Anton plush should be cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I think Anton voted for himself. I think this is a lie.
Oh, he got in there, but he probably would. He seems like the type. But yeah,
Ginger Rihanna are kind of obvious, they say.
Yeah, they are sort of like the more like huggable, fluffy girl, like sex appeal characters of the series. So it makes sense that they'd probably win the vote. They won the bookmark vote as well. Although character number 3, I forget who won the 3rd bookmark, but I gotta draw that soon, so I should check. I've just been distracted by all of this animation for Tectonic. As soon as you get into an animation project, anyone out there that's done serious animation knows it's like you basically just disappear into a hole for what you think will be 2 weeks, and then it winds up being like usually double that.
I'm talking about animation or art in general.
Animation. Art in general, that kind of happens with art in general, but like especially with animation, it's like, yeah, you think this will cost X amount of your life? Incorrect. It will be double that. Have fun. But it is fun, so it all works.
Yeah, well, just in case if anyone was ever wondering why you're looking into using AI to help you with that process, that's why. I mean, exactly. I don't do animation, but when I look at you have to be good at not only drawing a still image, but then you have to make 15 of them, and they all have to look good when played in order.
Yeah, they've got to be consistent and stuff, and like the thing is, I can do all of that, and I like to do all of that, but it takes an ungodly amount of time. So if I actually want to finish something in a timely manner, if there's some freaking magical technology that can help me do that, and here's the key part: look good, like exactly the way I would do it, then that's really a godsend. So I'm trying to use AI with this tectonic animation as much as I can, but as you can see, I'm still kind of going into Blender and doing a whole lot of stuff manually in Blender. Like, unfortunately, like I would say almost 90% of what I've done so far is just totally traditional, old-fashioned, hand-drawn stuff. But occasionally I do save some time, and AI will be like, oh, well, actually, lo and behold, we successfully added some in-betweens between these keyframes of yours. And it's like, really? You did something successfully? Oh my god, have a crown, have a prize. But overall, it is definitely saving time, even though I have to like learn how to. It's almost like learning a piece of software. I hate to say, but it's sort of like, it reminds me of the way it felt when I had to sit down and learn Blender. I mean, I didn't have to learn Blender, but I wanted to, because I was like, I could probably animate a lot better. Blender seems like it has a really wide tool set. There's a lot of utility to it. And for a while, you just feel like you're banging your head against a wall because there's so much stuff, and like so many times you want to do a simple thing and you just can't figure it out until you navigate some help menus. And although learning anything now is also easier with AI, because you can just ask AI, hey, I'm trying to do this thing in this program and I can't. What am I missing? And it can actually tell you pretty directly and clearly, like 95% of the time. So my ability to learn new things is has been accelerated a lot, because AI basically saves me the trouble of doing Google searches. Because I'm sure you've had the experience where you try to do a Google search about some technical issue, like a driver that's failing or who knows. And then in the olden days, you'd be sifting through old forum posts from 5 years ago and be like, oh, but this is for an outdated version of the software, and none of this is even applicable. And you could spend upwards of 20 to 40 minutes just trying to find the right directions on how to use this thing that's glitching out. And now with AI, generally, you just get an immediate, accurate answer, it just saves a ton of time. So obviously, it's evil and we should ban it.
Yeah, it's like I've been telling people, it's a skill set. Like, you can't just mash a button and get what you want.
Dave, how many artists died for your AI? How many artists died?
Well, I will
just one.
So far, -1.
How many Daves died?
If this thing can accelerate my production output, it is letting me create more of what I want to create. So it is preventing the unnecessary death of this artist by working myself to death. I mean, I'll still be working as hard as I can, but it's just I'll actually be able to achieve what I want to within the time frame that's allowable or reasonable.
Yeah, we did have to sacrifice Jason, unfortunately. So he will not be continuing GarageBand because he's dead.
Oh,
we had to ritualistically sacrifice him to appease the AI gods, the machine
He's on
gods.
the cross. He'll be back in 3 days.
He will. Yeah, we put him on the rock from Narnia. So in 3 days he'll probably be back.
That's
But
good.
I'm not sure, because the rules are real fuzzy about that in the movie. I didn't read the books, so I'm not sure. Maybe he'll come back because he made a sacrifice or something.
Well, in
Even though in the movie the lion knew.
In the Netflix version, the lion is gonna have a woman's voice.
That's good.
That's
Netflix
amazing,
version.
and totally it should happen that way.
It's valid.
But in the movie, the lion said oh, if you make a great sacrifice on this rock, then it I think it was something to do with the rock, but if you make a great sacrifice here, Narnia will bring you back to life. It's like, okay, but if you're coming back to life, though, is it really a sacrifice? Because you're not going to die. You're going to come back because you know the rules.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's like when you're I don't know. Some kid is like, I have a Dragon Ball Z character I made up, and he can just defeat everyone. And he's the most powerful Dragon Ball Z character, and he's Frieza's brother, and he's just the ultimate power. And if you kill him, he comes back to life.
Hazen gets all of his religious lore from Disney movies.
Disney movies and Dragon
Yeah,
Ball
that's
Z.
true.
I thought you were just gonna say Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I'm Mexican actually, so I get all my religion from Dragon Ball Z. I got one of those little tall candles they used to put. Well, they still put Jesus on it or Mary or whoever. That doesn't matter because mine has Goku.
That's good.
Good, thank you.
They put him on a rock too, right? And then they got him back with the Dragon Balls. I feel like that's the.
There are many
Yeah,
episodes.
We don't have to do
Is
this
that the-
wishy-washy bullshit. They
abridged?
just literally. Sorry, Liz.
No, it's fine. I don't care. I'm typing. Start from the abridged to the unabridged. It's one of those Dragon Ball Z episodes.
I kind of want them to just like go for it with the Netflix one. No subtlety at all. Like if they're gonna have Aslan have a woman's voice, just have Aslan come out and be like, "Hi guys, I'm Aslan."
You're gonna make the lion black. That's what I heard.
No, Gabe, that's the king and queen. Actually, no joke.
Yeah, every other character is black, I think. But Aslan, they're gonna give him a gigantic, long, lacquered nails, like the kind of fake nails that you clip on. He's gonna have clip-on nails instead of claws. He'll be like
Pink talons.
clacking around.
Rar.
Guys, it's good for
Rar,
It's
Liz.
important. You gotta
Rar.
choose the right side and everything.
The antagonist of this Netflix version is going to be a keyboard.
Yeah. Too, I'm almost looking forward to this just as much. I'm looking forward to there's gonna be guys who are like, I can't believe you betrayed Narnia! How could you? Like there's gonna be guys that get legitimately furious that Narnia has been defiled, and that's gonna be kind of its own layer of humor.
I remember trying to read the books as a kid, and I don't think it was my English. I think that the books were just bad. Everybody always loves to tell me the movies and the books are way better. It's like, I don't know. I read Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, and it was long, and I barely remember much from it because it was just so dumb. They go in a closet, and in the closet, the whole world of Narnia is there, and they go in, and it's just this crazy world that only they know about. And then Santa Claus shows up at some point for some reason, and he's in Narnia, and he gives them weapons.
Oh, so you don't like isekai?
All right, yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, Narnia is the original isekai. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't like stories where it seems like the guy is just making it up as he fucking goes along. That seems stupid and lazy to me.
It sounds like somebody asked their kid to write the story, and then he would fill out all the in-between stuff that happens or something like that.
I think he just wrote it like fucking Araki writes fucking JoJo.
Maybe.
He was just like, oh, the evil witch, her little dwarf guys are chasing the children. Oh, what are they gonna do? They hide from the guys, and then they were literally right behind them 10 seconds ago, and then they hear horses show up, and they're like, oh, this is it, this is the end. And then but it's not them, they're nowhere to be found. It's Santa Claus. He's on his sleigh with all his reindeer, and he's like, ooh,
He's got a machine gun.
Children are. Yeah, I know who you children are. Here's a machine gun, and here's a bomb, and then for you, here's a horn.
Oh.
Yeah, she gives I think the littlest kid gets a horn or something. It's something totally not good. And then he's, as soon as he appeared, he a pick of his nose up the chimney he rose. He fucking flies away.
Yeah.
And then he's just
Hazen, I would like you to do a version of The Night Before Christmas. It's just really atrocious and in your own vocab.
I think it'd be funny to just
yeah, maybe
do a roast of the Chronicles of Narnia. Nothing to do with any movies or media, just the books. Just looks like C.S. Lewis has had it too good for too long, guys. But I'm gonna fix that. This fucking hack.
I don't think that guy's a good writer. I do not. I think okay, look, big controversial take here. I don't particularly think J.R. Tolkien is a great writer. I think he is a very good world builder, and I think that there's a really great story in the Lord of the Rings books and the movies. The movies to me are great. I don't have too many complaints about the movies. The books, there's just so much shit that's just like, Tolkien got distracted again. Somebody go in there and smack him. Like it's just like he's writing about, like, they go to all these places that don't matter, that don't have anything on the story, just so he can tell you about that place. And it's like, that's cool, man. Make a fucking lore book.
Hey, yeah, Hazen. Every time a new movie that's Lord of the Rings based comes out, his writing gets better and better.
Yeah, he's right. It improves in his grave.
I feel like some of these books,
I
like
like
there was like a different level of tolerance for storytelling in novels from like 100.
Because it's all you had. Yeah,
exactly. People couldn't play video games. People couldn't go and see like a film. You know, like 100 years, like
where all the good stories are told.
Not really, but I'm just saying there wasn't as much competition for attention, so people could just be like, you know what, I don't really have much to do today. I think I will spend like a few hours just reading, and yeah,
here about this one tree they walk by. Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's a line that's like kind of become a meme in the books about like, oh, a fox was nearby when Frodo and them were running from the ghoulies, and then he was like, what? I think that's pretty queer that these people are in the forest. Hobbits out all the way out here. What the fuck is that about? And then like he's like, he never found out anything else about it, and he just went about his business. Okay, well, like, if there's one thing like that in a book, that's one thing, right? But like, if there's 12,000 events in your book where it's like a local squirrel noticed Frodo jacking off in the bush.
Hazen, J.R.R. Tolkien wrote other books. I think you prefer the book Mr. Bliss for children. It's a book about a man who hits people with his car.
What are you?
Like,
are you kidding me right now?
Yes.
Sounds like an Adult Swim show.
I'm not kidding. It's a real book.
So J.R.R. Tolkien's book for children was a story. Mr. Bliss, a maniacal homicidal car murderer who would just run around ramming people, and he was like, yeah, this is the one for kids. This is the writing that I think they should really be exposed to. What?
The Hobbit was for kids, and we had to go up against orcs and spiders that wrap you up and kill you.
Yeah, but that's different from like a man just like running around town murdering people with his vehicle, like vehicular homicides.
It was illustrated. Yeah, and then he hits them with their car, and then they get back in the car and keep going. Yeah, you didn't know. Okay, first of all, my dad is a big Tolkien fan, so he has this book.
Was he helping to keep the secret of Mr. Bliss? Because I've never heard this shit before.
Ask my dad.
You never hear about anything. These other people, like one of the other fucking, I have too many letters in my name people. What is her name? J.K. Rowling. Yeah, she wrote like some fucking mystery series or something, and it's like, who fucking cares? People just want to hear Harry Potter. People just want to read Lord of the Rings.
She did that afterwards.
Yeah, she did. That's the thing. She was already famous. If she would have been like, go buy my mystery series, like, people would have probably maybe checked it out just to support her. But
she used a different name for those for no reason.
Oh, because she wanted to like do social experiment or whatever, like fucking Ethan Bradbury.
Whatever.
I know Stephen King did that
write your books.
Stephen King was like, I'm gonna prove that I could be just as famous without my name, just my pure writing talent. So he put out some books by like under some other name. Fucking, they all bombed. Like no one read them until finally the publisher was like, all right, guys, it's Stephen King, okay? And then everyone was like, oh yeah, we've been meaning to pick up those books actually. Now we're all gonna buy them and read them.
Okay, so anyway,
I wonder if that would just like backfire.
Did you know about the Santa letters by J.R.R. Tolkien, where there's a polar bear and they fight the dark elves at the North Pole?
Yeah,
my
Tolkien's
God,
version
no.
of Santa is kind of badass, actually.
It's like
I've
the
never
Santa
heard
Claus
this.
letters. Oh, it's also illustrated. It's another children's book. Tolkien used to write letters to his children as if he was Santa, and it was all these stories about Santa fighting the elves at the North Pole.
That's actually neat, yeah.
And then they were published in a book later, and they're really good. It's really like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's really cute, especially when you know it's like, oh, it's like him writing letters to his kids as though he was Santa. I think that's just kind of sweet. What I really want to know about is fucking Mr. Bliss, the vehicular homicidal maniac that J.R.R. Tolkien was like, for kids.
Yeah, they just go like he has this car. It's a really like long car with a big back seat, and
I'm sure he
he
has a
has
car
this-
because he's committing vehicular homicide. Let's get to the like. Why are we showing this to children? What is this man's motivation? I have
It was
questions.
quaint and British. And anyway, he had this pet that was like a giraffe. It was like a giraffe with a rabbit head.
A girabbit.
It was very British.
That you keep saying that like it's some kind of explanation. It's not an explanation. I don't understand. Why did we call him Mr. Bliss? Is it a comedy? Is it like lighthearted vehicular?
I think that's the name of it. I'm gonna have to check. My dad has that book.
Mr. Blitzkrieg.
That's how he feels when he runs over another pedestrian.
Mr. Untrammeled Rage that
Yeah.
finally reached a tipping point.
Okay, so apparently Stephen King put his books under another name because his publisher didn't want to publish his books fast enough in order to maximize profits, so he went to another publisher under a different name. Oh, he was
Yeah,
was-
I think that's what
Yeah.
he says happened, but I don't think
Yeah.
that's what really happened.
Stephen King was pretending to be other people.
Yeah, I think
Fake
he was
account.
just like, I can be a right. Like that might have been the spark that started the flame, but I thought like, yeah, people like my book. They'll read my books no matter what. Like, yeah, they won't though.
It's the
I
I'm
also
such a
don't
good
think
writer.
Stephen
I'm such
King's
a
a
good writer.
particularly
Everyone
good
can
writer.
tell. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing where, like, granted, talent does play a big role in keeping someone up at a level, but there really is a lot of an element of chance to whether someone breaks through and becomes like a hit or becomes known or like has something take off. You can get some people that are making very talented stuff for a long period of time, and it just might never ever get off the ground. And you can have someone that just like does the equivalent, we call it over here like winning the internet lottery, when you do something that it's not due to like any actual actions that you've taken, but it's just like you're in the right place at the right time, and boom, you got a big roulette wheel just dumped all the attention on you. And people that win the internet lottery, if they have like the skills, then that's great, and then they can stay up there and they can do stuff, and they're gonna be content creators. Sometimes people will win the internet lottery, and if they just completely lack those skills, then they're just gonna fade right back down again, because you know, if you can't produce content that people care about, then it's just not gonna last.
Yeah, like this is, you try to explain this to like people you know who are like I'm gonna create something. Like, okay, well, like what is the point of the creation? Like, why are you creating it? Are you creating it just because you want it to exist? Or no, I want to be famous online. I want to make a living about a web comic about Judy Hopps and fucking Lola Bunny being roommates. Like, okay, well, first of all, there's a few legal issues with that, but that's not stopped many people from doing this kind of thing. Second of all, how you want to make money off of it? Okay, so how are you like spreading the word about the comic? Oh, it's all paywalled. Okay, well, have fun being broke and being known by no one.
Yeah. So I don't want to be like discouraging to people like it's all luck. It's not all luck, but you gotta have a fair amount of talent, and what you especially have to have is a huge amount of persistence, because there is an element of luck to it. So that means that you have to keep going to the casino, and you've got to keep playing, and you have to keep playing in a way that's sustainable for you to continue doing that. And when I say playing
Basically,
in the casino, I mean like marketing and
working.
doing internet things and experimenting with ways to promote your content. It actually does take a lot of work. Creating worthwhile content. Lots of skills go into that, lots of required skills, and then a whole completely separate set of skills is marketing that content. And marketing it, again, there is an element of luck, and there's no getting around
I've
that,
never
so
seen
you just gotta keep at
an
it.
art college. I've never seen an art college be able to teach you how to market either.
They're not supposed to. They're there to teach you how to do art. You know, if they say.
Ah, yes.
That's what in their minds. That's what their entire responsibility is. It's just like, well, we just teach people how to draw, and that's what they think they're actually doing too. But like
It's
every
because
time I've ever
the teachers don't know, otherwise they do it themselves. Those who can't do it teach.
those who can't teach, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like people, I've said this on stream before, but like people seem to sort of think that Well, in America specifically, people seem to think that like the things of college are like the things you go to college for rather are sort of the way they are around the world or the way they are in like a technical field. Like if you go to college for networking, they, you know, some of that will be a bunch of bullshit. Like you'll have to take like a fucking English class or a pottery class or something. But like the core of what you're doing should be, and I think still is, that they will actually teach you networking as though you only have a small like understanding of it. And then by the time you graduate in 2 to 4 years, you will have ideally enough understanding of it by what they teach and what you learn that you'll be able to perform a job duties, you know, doing networking stuff or being like a network admin. That's the idea of college. But the way the arts are, especially particularly from what I understand in America and Canada, they don't work that way there. In Europe and like in Asia and stuff, they kind of do work that way. Like you can go to art college and you can actually learn things about art that you did not know. But in America and Canada, that from what I've gathered, I didn't go to school there, but like from what I gather, people say it's not like that. It's just that you go and you do like child craft projects and some sculpture and some graphic design stuff.
Well,
But you just kind of do it. You do it like how you already did it, and they don't actually teach you new things to make it better. And you just do that for 4 years. So like
well,
if you're in America or Canada and you go
Kinda.
to school for art, what you need to do is you need to, before you go anywhere, before you pay a single tuition or fill out a single application, you must find out, and this is for people in the audience who are young, who are aspiring to be like, I want to do, you know, all right, listen carefully. This is, if you're in America or Canada, this is how you have to do this. This advice will help you globally as well. You must first decide what do you want to do when you graduate. Not, I want to draw cartoons, I want to draw comics. Where, how do you want to self-publish? If you want to self-publish, you don't need college. If you want to work somewhere like Nickelodeon or you know, for Netflix or something like that, I specifically want to draw cartoons for the industry. I want to work in the industry. I want to draw stuff for Cartoon Network or something like that. Okay, well then you need to go to a college that you need to go find people who work at Cartoon Network now. You need to find out what college they went to. Most of them went to UC Davis. So you need to find out what college these people went to, because those colleges are very likely going to have professors there who know people in the industry or in the network that you're trying to get into. And if you can prove to those professors that you can do this stuff, you can probably have a job lined up for yourself before you ever graduate, like in your sophomore year. So that's the point of, if you're in America or Canada, and again, this advice will help you anywhere on earth, choosing a college by the people working at the college can help you get jobs once you graduate. That's really what you should be seeking out and paying for and trying to get funding to do, because otherwise you're just wasting your time. Like you're not doing anything there.
You can learn computer programs at the schools, which we did do, but you also have to remember colleges are able to get programs that are really expensive in like what is it called, like what is a subscription or whatever, like, you know, like Toon Boom and Harmony and all that.
Oh, it's called,
you need to consider
charging our students like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and so they don't get the software, but we do. That's what it's called.
Yes. So basically, even after you learn the expensive software like Maya, for example, we learned that, you also have to remember, after I graduate, how do I get that program to continue my art?
Yeah, and typically those programs will have discounts for like students, but once you graduate, guess what? You're not a fucking student anymore. So you have to pay full price for it now. So yeah, and it's usually not cheap, and it doesn't even matter, because like normally you'll have, wherever you work is going to have a subscription for that, for you to, like, if you go to work at DreamWorks, for instance, they're going to have like a Houdini subscription or Maya subscription, and they're going to have a subscription to Red Hat, and they're going to have everything set up for you to do whatever it is you want to do. you're not even going to have that at home unless you want to just work at home. And even then, you might can sign in with your work login.
Well, I just mean that if you want to continue updating your demo reel, you have to get something.
Yeah, in between, if you go to a college where you're not set up with a job as soon as you graduate, you're going to have to like fucking subscribe to that shit. Like, if you don't put one together while you're in college, which is what you should be. Again, another thing you should be using college for is to use those programs and like benefit yourself to make a demo reel of like what you can do, what you're capable of.
As a cautionary note to people, because me and Liz went the art college route. Oops. If you
everyone did in 2000s, because like it's there was no that's what all the stupid boomers would tell you. That's all the only thing you can do.
Yeah, that's exactly. I was like a high school kid, and 4.7 whatever fucking GPA. Oh, you're smart. Yeah, you have to go to college. Oh, it's gonna be so worth it. And you want to do art. So of course I fell for all that. But my advice to people now is, if you want to get a job in like the corporate industry, first off, I should tell you, jobs are contracting dramatically right now. So you might already want to think about how viable that's going to be when you're competing with an army of seasoned professionals who are also ravenously hunting down every spare contract they can find because the jobs are getting
they need to keep their house and pay to feed their kids.
Yeah, and they have experience and they have connections.
You're up against Glenn Keane now.
Yeah, the people that you know about, the people that you're like, oh yeah, this person was so good in that movie, those are the people that are going to be desperately competing with you for the exact same contracts. And typically the way it works in the professional industry, it is contract-based. They'll pull you on for like one specific movie project for the duration of a contract, and when that movie project is over, your contract is up. Good luck, now time to do it all over again. So there's not really a lot of job stability. So, if you want to go that route, if you want to work in the corporate industry, then you have to go to one of the corporate industry pipeline schools. And at that point, honestly, it doesn't even matter so much if you're talented. You just need to know the right people, go to the right school, and go to the school where the whole function of that school is just to squirt you into the corporate industry. And that's the only way. If you're outside of those schools, it doesn't fucking matter at all how good you are.
I will add, it doesn't matter at all. Dave is completely right. I will add also, and this is we're trying to give you guys actual advice that you can't even pay for in college. It's not on the menu. They will not offer you this stuff.
Oh yeah, the schools aren't going to tell you this, because the schools are going to tell you whatever it takes to get you to give them money. They're selling you.
Well,
they're absolutely never going to tell you this.
Mamo made a comic. I'm trying to check on what it is here.
Oh. Mamo always makes some cool stuff.
You may want to send this to Psy Coyote, Dave.
Oh, is it like a Paracity comic? Oh, cool.
Well, it's a long comic about your fan art.
Yeah, let me open this up here.
I don't have time to read it.
Hook up the
and
thing.
It's really long.
I'm gonna at least scroll through it. But if anyone is watching the stream, if you're not on Picardo, go over to Picardo, because that's where this link is.
This is what it looks like is happening in this
weird
picture.
There's some weird nose stuff on this fox. It's a double nose issue.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe it's moving.
There's quite a few artifacts on this, but that's kind of what happens, I guess, when you make a comic with GPT.
Well, he also made it on the fly as we're speaking here, like within.
Yeah, you could clean this up. Yeah, that's the thing. Like this is like we were talking about AI earlier. It's a skill set, and someone would look at this and be like, well, this is worthless because of all these artifacts. I could throw this away, but you could actually go through and extract these and clean them up, and it could look like a real comic, like one AI didn't make, if you just took your time with it. But he, of course he didn't have a lot of time probably to fuck with this.
Oh god, I'm in there as a monster.
Oh yeah, I didn't read it all, but I saw you then.
Oh, Tally's there. That's good.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, Tally's on this comic.
Tally's.
Oh dear.
Oh, and there's the Mamo, the AI wizard with his avatar. That's great.
Beer.
But what I was saying was, when you go to these, it's not enough to go to these colleges, right? Because obviously there's going to be people in these colleges that graduate, and not everybody gets into Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Paramount, whatever. I think Paramount and Warner are like one thing now. So there's only one place you can go. unless you want to work for Netflix. But either way, if you want to do cartoons, especially, it's important for you to have, whatever you want to call it, talent, ability. You need to be able to draw stuff that looks like what is currently being animated, but different enough to where it's not exactly the same thing. But if you go to somewhere like UC Davis or something, what is more important is not that these other things are not important, but what is more important is that Karomi. I just saw Dave screen scanning down that, but anyway,
I think
more
that's supposed
important,
to be your avatar, Hazen.
I mean, oh yeah, I do have Karomi set up on Twitter. What is more important than all of this other stuff kind of combined? What really is the key thing? You have to have some social skills.
Yeah.
You have to be able to make your professors like you and want to talk to you and be like, I like that guy. Because like the number one thing, and I do this too, anybody who has ever hired anybody else to work for them or with them, they're not going to hire someone who is going to be annoying to work with, right? And if there are signs that you're going to be annoying to work with, they'll pass you over for someone less talented. Because like at the end of the day, this is someone you're probably going to be working with for years and years and years. Your professors who are selecting you for candidates for jobs and referring you to these networks, they know that that's how those people are going to feel. So they're not going to recommend someone they think would be annoying to work with. So you have to learn, and this can be very difficult for online artists. You have to learn how to not being an annoying fucking cunt, an insufferable fucking annoying cunt.
See, I already.
If you cannot master that skill, they will not refer you.
I remember our dean in college was like, he thought if he gave people a letter of recommendation, that was a big deal, and it's like, it really wasn't. It was like, this isn't going anywhere.
No, he's one of those people that like the people in Hollywood and California were like, this guy's so fucking annoying. That's why he's in Ohio as a dean at an Ohio art college, because no one in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, you'll see people when you get into like that stage of your career, right? Is you'll see people like that, or you'll see people on Twitter who are like, oh yeah, I worked on one movie or something, like, then they act like I'm the industry wizard now. If you want to get into the industry, you got to talk to me. They'll act like that. And it's just like, no, you're not in the industry now though. You worked on one movie, you worked on a Pokemon movie or something like that, and now you just draw Pokemon all the time, and somehow no one's like, Nintendo's not like copyright reported that or whatever, or not reported, copyright struck, DMCA, we'll say that. Then Nintendo's not come around and DMCA'd you yet because they haven't even noticed you, but you're on Twitter every day talking about how you were in a movie, how you did art for a movie, or how you drew this thing for a movie one time. That does not mean you're in the industry. That means someone pulled some strings, or there was not like somehow another person who wanted to do that job. And you got that once. And now what have you been doing for the last 10 years? Oh, you've been drawing Pokemon on Twitter and talking about how much you hate AI. Okay. Well, you're not in the industry. You can't get me in. So what fucking good are you to anybody who's trying to get in? People don't realize that. And that's when you see these people on Twitter who are constantly reminding you that I did a movie. I worked on a movie there, kiddo. Like they are the product of the last piece of advice that I'll give you, which is just like running a business or starting a business. When you go to college for a specific, like extremely competitive career slot, like in, making cartoons or being a musician or something like that, you need to understand that you can go to college and you can do everything right. You can fuck one thing up and it can fuck up everything, but you can also just not fuck one thing up, and there can be maybe, let's say, 9 or 10 other people who also don't fuck anything up. There's only so many spots that's going to be available wherever that your professor or your dean has like connections, and he can only refer so many people.
That's actually a good point. So there are a lot of people graduating from Cal Arts every year, but there's only one Vivian. Are you Vivian? Maybe there's already a Vivian.
One Vivian.
Well, she's not.
Did she go to Cal Arts?
She's not even someone that was like ushered into the corporate industry. I mean, not like the established corporate industry. I think she's more a case of someone who you can speculate about where exactly the wealth came from, but she happened to have a huge amount of capital that she was able to spend on her own projects and hiring tons and tons of other people to work under her. So she just did her own thing with a huge amount of money after she got out of college. And, you know, we kind of know how that went. People.
Yeah, she's not like in any industry or anything. She's never drawn for like Cartoon Network. I'm not saying that as like a slam on her. I'm just saying like that's a bit of a bad example because she's not like. I don't know that she even tried to do that. You know, like I don't think I've ever heard her talking about like, yeah, I submitted a portfolio of like animated pencil test stuff to fucking
no,
Cartoon Network and got
I'm
rejected.
using it as an example that a lot of people graduate from like the best California art school, but only one of them gets to be on Amazon with their own show, and everyone else is like, yeah, I want to be like that person. I want to be like that person.
Oh
like,
yeah, well you don't even need to go to college for that, but yeah.
Well, that's
like,
I think that honestly, I would even say like Vivian getting hired by Cartoon Network or whatever. I don't think that would have been something that would help her realize more of her creative potential. I think her creative potential is better realized with her doing her own thing. Conveniently, you know, she's got the funding to do it, so that's kind of awesome. But I would say, like, we've been given a lot of advice about how to use college to try to get into the corporate industry. And if you really, really, really want to work for some of these companies, that's why we're providing that advice. But for me personally, I think I do not aspire to work in the corporate industry. I just think that there's a lot more creative opportunities, a lot more creative freedom, definitely, doing stuff independently. It means obviously you don't have like the same level of institutional support, but you also don't have to answer to anyone. So it's there's more freedom.
That means no one's going to cancel your project unless you choose to do it yourself.
Yeah, more difficulty, but more freedom.
If you're born rich, that's the way to go. Honestly,
yeah.
That's the way to fucking go. If you're born with a small loan of $1 million waiting for you when you turn 18, well, I'm not gonna say that's the way to go, but that's certainly the way that allows you the most freedom. However, with freedom comes what responsibility? Well, that, and also like the chance that like if you fail, it's you. It's not that some program manager or some director or something made a mistake or whatever. You fucked up because it's all on you. You're the leader. You're the producer. You're the director. You're the writer. You're everything, right? So if you fuck it up, it is what it is. That said, this is like a whole other sphere of career choice because like you literally do not need anything to do with college unless you're trying to go to college to network with other animators to hire them later yourself, which is a very expensive way to do that.
Yeah.
So I would recommend
I was actually talking with Liz. We were talking just incidentally a couple days ago about our experience in art college with each other, and honestly, if you do want to get into independently produced art and just doing stuff independently, I don't know why on earth you would waste time at an art college. I feel like my creative development, my ability to cartoon, my drafting ability, I feel like it seriously stagnated for 4 years at art college because I was so busy doing so much stupid, asinine busy work for the dumbest course requirements you can imagine. I was like spending my time in a dark room, like fumbling around with like film negatives. I was spending my time cutting out squares of colored paper
like,
and pasting
why are you
boards.
doing that?
Because I had to
People love to say that you're doing that shit. I want to interrupt just 1 second.
Yeah.
People love to say you're doing that shit at college because they say like, oh, well, we want our students to be well-rounded. We want you to know how to do a myriad of things. That's not why they do that. They do that because tuition is like $8,000 a semester.
Yeah.
Or more.
More than that.
They do that because it's welfare for teachers. Because they have to get money. They have to get cash to pay these teachers. And there's like a graduate to teacher pipeline that is sort of like, not something they talk about a whole lot, but they just need your money so that they can pay all these teachers, and that's it. That's why there are so many. I can't speak for every college because I haven't gone to every college. I went to one, but at the one I went to, it made me really wary about ever recommending anyone else go to art college, especially if they're interested in independent stuff. Now,
well, honestly, we didn't have YouTube back then, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, in defense of me then, YouTube wasn't really that much of a thing. It was just getting well, when I went to college initially, it didn't exist. It shows you how old I am. And then by the time I was like in the last years of college, it was a thing. It still wasn't owned by Google. But so my point is, like, now, right, if you wanted to learn how to use Resolve or Blender or Clip Studio Pro, if you wanted to learn software, if you wanted to learn how to draw, if you wanted to learn how to like do gesture drawings, anything that you want to learn, you can just go on YouTube and there's a million tutorials to choose from that you can get exactly what you want to know for free, like instantly. That wasn't there when I first went to college, although I was like, again, little Mr. I'll listen to the grown-ups, so I probably still would have gone to college.
Hey Dave, Mamo has put CalArt smiles on your current Dreamkeeper logo.
Oh, I gotta see this.
It's got the bean mouths.
Oh, the bean mouth. Oh,
Nama's
God.
scary. Bass is scary.
Oh, that hurts. I gotta show you guys on the stream this.
Mace doesn't look half bad. Mace is the best of them all.
There's a reason to go to CalArts, so you can learn to draw like that. Where else are you gonna learn bean mouth? CalArts.
Oh, watching TV. You can just watch TV. Stay home, everybody.
It's interesting how many people like had their style completely just deform into that after Steven Universe came out. It's I don't know.
You can tell too.
Well, yeah, there's a reason for that. There's a reason it's still kind of around. It's because it can look good, like the CalArts thing.
It leaked into 3D movies too. It leaked into Pixar shit.
Yeah, because people respond well to it, and oh my god, I see it on stream.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks so awful. Oh my god, it's so bad.
Now you know why I was.
I think Bass looks scary as hell.
It looks like they all have a fucking like. There's like a virus going around. Andaruna is turning everyone into fucking gumball characters or something slowly. That's how you look for the signs, the bean mouth. Yeah, but there's a reason that's just everywhere and has been everywhere since like Gumball and Steven Universe. Yeah, people, it's easy. First thing, it's cheap to do. It's easy. It lends itself very well to animation, 2D animation. People respond well to it. People go for a while. People were going and seeing things with that because they had fond memories of
like
old Adventure anime. Time. Yeah, they had fond memories that it is based on like old like Astro Boy era anime looking stuff too. People don't realize that, but because that's the first thing people will point out who are like big Steven Universe nerdos or something is like, I hate the bean mouth thing. I'm tired of it. Actually, Chud, it's from anime. Yeah, I don't care. Like, oh, it's from a thing from 70 years ago. Okay, well, hold on. Let me get in my fucking DeLorean and go back in fucking time and change
why are we doing it again?
I mean,
yeah, like things go in cycles. Obviously they do, but like this cycle has been unnaturally kept alive for so long because these people at these networks just will not take any fucking kind of risk. And I said this years ago. I said these companies are all going fucking broke, and no one believed me. And now what has happened? Layoffs. Everything has been bought by Netflix or Paramount.
Layoffs. They're shuttering like they
Microsoft
already tore down the Cartoon Network Atlanta, Georgia building, right? They don't even have like a.
I fucking cried when I learned they did that because that's like, as a kid, that's where I wanted to work. I wanted to move to America and work at I think it's Atlanta, where that building was. Mm-hmm. I wanted to work there because like Craig McCracken had drawn all these cartoons and stuff on the walls, and like I think Adult Swim was upstairs from their building on William Street, and I really I loved when I did the German sort of translations of those.
You wanted to meet Frylock and Meatwad in person.
Yeah, I didn't see that till like way later in life, but I liked like Johnny Bravo. Once I learned English and stuff, like Johnny Bravo and stuff was like really good. I liked that and Powerpuff. I liked all the old like UPA stuff. They did the What a Cartoon show cartoons.
Oh yeah.
Up until I think the era of Billy and Mandy, I was really like I loved those. I wanted to work. I want to make cartoons like that. That's what made me start drawing. That's what made me start getting into music and stuff. Is I really wanted to do those kinds of things, and then like. You get as you get older and you get to a point where it's like I could do this stuff. You start to learn, like especially if you don't live there, like
Mhm.
how that can be extremely difficult to do, and how you can spend all this money and do everything right, and it could just totally ruin your life and put you in debt forever because you may not ever actually get that job.
Yeah, I mean, you can be the greatest like cartoonist in Ohio, but if you don't live in California, they're just gonna throw your demo reel out, and not even look at it.
Yeah, most of the time they won't even let you work remotely now. Like that's why like games and stuff are so fucking expensive now, because like they won't let you just like work remotely unless you're like Mick Gordon or someone known like that. They'll just be like,
And
"Oh no,
you
you
can't
have to
say
move to
like
San Francisco. You have to move to downtown San Francisco."
Yeah.
it can't be like, oh, I'll move to California if I get the job. They just give it to somebody who's not as good as you because
Yeah,
they're closer.
if you're not already there, they just throw
Somebody
your
else
thing
will come in. Yeah,
right in the trash.
they'll look and see like that someone has applied that lives like a mile away from their studio downtown. Somehow they don't have a job yet, but somehow this is crazy to me. I don't like understand how this works in like the UK, Europe, Japan, and anywhere. How are all these people living in fucking like Manhattan and like downtown San Francisco with no job yet? Like I go to college and I live in downtown San Francisco. Like who's paying your rent? Fucking Santa Claus from Narnia is showing up every month
I mean,
to
no,
to your landlord?
It's not complicated. It's their parents. Every time. Every
And
single
people who pay for
time.
Oh,
college.
is that your parent, like, are there really people? I guess there are, yeah. There are people that their parents will just pay
Yeah.
$8,000 a month for them to have like a fucking studio in Stivey Town or something.
Like, I mean,
That's
I know
how they go to college.
I know people are gradually becoming aware of the fact that this is a major factor in the success or lack of success in indie animation. But even in corporate animation, the corporate industry, nepotism is a huge thing. If you have massive resources behind you that you didn't have to work a lifetime to earn, because what 18-year-old has had a chance to work a lifetime? If your parents can just put you up in San Francisco or Burbank or wherever, and you can like go around and apply for jobs without and you can magically afford the $3,000 a month rent over there because someone's paying for it. I'm sorry, those resources seriously help people get into the game, retain a toehold, and then start getting work. It's not like what people want to hear. They don't necessarily want to hear that, like, oh, there's going to be rich kids running around that have a huge advantage over you. But I'm sorry, that's the way it is. Even in the corporate industry, that's the way it is.
Yeah, and there's a whole lot of like animators. I mean, I know for a fact there's at least one or two animators we have, three of us talk to, that don't realize that at all. They just think like, man, I have like a big following and I do a whole bunch of animation stuff, and I don't know, I don't know how I can't figure out how logistically these people like just sit and are able to make like feature length like fucking 14 28-minute cartoons, and I can't do that. How is it that people are doing that? It's because they're spending more than they're actually making somehow by having rich parents or a trust fund, or they hit the lottery, or they get Australian tax dollars, and they're just able to throw whatever at the wall until something sticks. And then when something sticks, they just pray to God that it actually like turns a profit, especially if they have any kind of like people above them investing.
I want to
Well, that's the
clarify,
thing.
too,
It's like,
that,
yeah. Go ahead, Dave.
I don't think there's anything like morally wrong with that. It's like if people have support from their family and if they have the ability to create what they want with those resources, that's cool. That's kind of, I think that's actually admirable that people will take resources that maybe it would have been, their inheritance, or that would have been money that they would have been able to retire with or something, and instead they're using it on their own creativity. I think there's something commendable about that. But the only thing that makes me be kind of like, oh, come on, is when they are very evasive and they sort of low-key conceal
oh
that
my
fact.
God.
The reason that bugs me, it's not even like, oh, I need everyone to be super honest all the time, but it's just, it misleads so many young creators that don't have those resources, because so many people that don't know any better will look up to those figures and they'll be like, oh wow, well if they can do it, I guess I can do it too. And it's like, you can't. They have things that you do not have, and they are concealing that fact from you. So you
They can
you think you can
spend
do that, but
they can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on animation and not make any money off of, like, maybe a couple thousand off of YouTube views, and that's fine for them because it's not their money, it's their parents' money.
Oh man, yeah. No, I know of one IP that did that. They raised, raised, I don't know I have some questions about some of this stuff, but they raised a big fucking fat chunk of money, and then they put like this fucking really awful thing out on YouTube, and then they were just like, they ended up using they raised this big chunk of money, but they never thought to do with that anything actually good. Like, oh, you know what? We want to do some stuff that we're not sure what the like legally how viable it might be. So let's consult a lawyer. Let's hire a lawyer to or just lawyers will consult for free, even if you do have millions of dollars, right? Billions, trillions of dollars, you can talk to a lawyer for free until he starts like signing papers and looking over like documents and stuff. That's when you have to pay him. But they never thought to try to consult with a lawyer about things like the legal structure, the copyright structure in America of like how music is copyrighted, right? So they put this video up on YouTube. Yeah, they put this video up on YouTube and it has like 6 gazillion views. And then they're just like, oh, we're going to make so much money. And then they use some other guy's performance of like some public domain song. And they think that because it's public domain, that the performance also doesn't have its own separate copyright. Yeah. Just like fan art, you know, you can draw Pokemon fucking each other. And that's you have that particular image, that performance, so to speak, as you want to relate it to music, that's copyrighted to you. You don't have the copyright to Pokemon, but you have the copyright to this image. You can't do anything with the image legally because Nintendo can come after you, but that image is yours. Nintendo also can't use that image because you created that.
Copyright
but either way,
yeah,
yeah, or especially if you go through and get it like actually registered or trademarked or whatever. But either way, they put this thing on YouTube and they just swiped this guy, I think without permission. They just found some guy's like performance of some public domain song, put it in their fucking video, and of course it got content ID'd. And then they were extremely stomping their feet and steam coming out their ears about like, we're not going to get a bunch of money back because the VMCA claim made all the monetization of it just completely go down the toilet. And we can't get any money
part
now.
of it's like, is that why you did this too? You
well,
like,
I think that, yeah, they were obviously upset about that. So that might've been a reason they were doing it, but that's a stupid reason to do it for, you know, not even for like the moral grounds of like, well, you should make art for the sake of art. Fuck that. Make money if you can. Yeah. But like if you get 6 million views on a YouTube video, guess what? You're gonna get maybe $8,000 to $10,000 if you're very lucky. If your thing has a lot of like expensive ad space on it, you're gonna get like maybe that amount of money. That's not fucking millions of dollars. You can't like pay a bunch of animators with $10,000. It's never gonna work like that.
That's why when I see this stuff happening, like I'm sort of grateful that we started with nothing ourselves, that we did not start with like a family fortune or something, because we've had to learn everything from the ground up. We've had to learn how to run a business that actually has a sustainable revenue, a business that actually makes a profit. And, you know, we started with like me and Liz both working just like regular jobs. Like I was a security guard for however long, and
I cashiered at Target and moved on to thrift stores. Yeah,
but because of that, I guess I'm blessed with the survival requirement that it's like, oh, if I don't run this business in a way that actually works, then my business is dead. It is immediately dead because I have started with absolute zero, and everything has to be viable or it dies. So because of that, like so many of the mistakes these trust fund kids make, it's just like, how did you not know that? Oh, that's right, because you've never had to make anything actually work before in your entire life. So
that's why. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why I'm kind of grateful that we are slowly building Vivid from the ground up, like legitimately, because we're able to sort of get the experience we need to actually know how to run a viable business without running into all of these pitfalls that so many of these trust fund kids seem to collide with. Like, I can't imagine doing an animation with the idea, oh, and then we'll make a bunch of revenue back with YouTube ad revenue. Like, are you joking? What? You think YouTube monetization pays that much? It pays some, but nowhere near enough to compensate for like the cost of traditionally animating like a half hour of animation. Like, what crack are you smoking? So I don't know. I think there are reasons to be grateful.
I ask people that a lot.
Because seriously, like, let's say like someone like dropped like $500,000.
30 minutes of smoke.
Yeah, let's say someone dropped $500,000 on me right when I graduated college, before I had any business experience at all. I might have made a lot of these same mistakes. I might have animated like a big old, hugely expensive 20-minute pilot and then thought that, oh, well, as soon as I get this out there, I've got it made in the shade. And then lo and behold, you put 20 minutes of animation out there, you have yourself a money party, you pay for all these advertisements and influencers and promotion, and everyone forms a gigantic circle jerk on the internet, and they're all like, "Oh, this is the most amazing thing ever!" And then at the end of that, the money runs out, the circle jerk is over, people move on to the next thing, and you're like, "Okay, wait, so when's the part where I make back my investment that I put in?" And spoiler, there is no part for that. It just if you don't know how to run a business,
They don't understand that kind of shit. Yeah,
it doesn't happen.
like there's all these like
you know what?
trust fund people.
Sometimes they
Oh,
go
go
back
ahead.
to their parents and say, "Okay, I need another $1 million," and sometimes there isn't.
Oh my god!
Sometimes they
Can you
get
imagine having to do that?
well,
Sometimes they get it though.
again, like, this is not probably of interest to the average like customer. They just want to watch some stuff that's fun. They don't care about like how the sausage is made. But it's interesting to watch the cycle of when these people can miraculously produce tons and tons of like fully animated stuff without one public concern about money at all, and then when production suddenly slams on its brakes, and then a few months later they're frantically doing sales, which they've never given a shit
Or
about
they say
doing
like,
sales
or they
before.
say, season 3 is going to be in a couple of years. Everybody.
Yeah, like just watching the cycle of not caring about money versus oh my god, we desperately need to sell merch now. It's like, I don't know, it seems real obvious what's kind of transpiring behind the scenes.
Oh, Dave, with
Yeah.
the colored lines, this looks animated. It looks really good.
Yeah, the colored lines is where it really pops in, honestly. It makes me wish that I could get colored lines in Tectomic, because I feel like that sort of adds like it softens everything up a lot, but I don't know if we can stop and do colored lines, because that does sort of add a lot of elbow grease
Oh,
to
on
the
every
process.
frame. Crazy thing. You can't.
I
do that.
remember when I was drawing with a friend who did like art professionally, and they taught me about coloring lines, and I was like, "Holy shit! Like this really just changed things. Why did I never think to do this?"
Yeah. I think
Well,
I haven't looked at it closely
You have
in a
to know
while.
how the layers work on the side, really, to make it easy.
Well, a little bit, especially in like the sort of clip studio with the sketchy pencil style and stuff. It's a little more straightforward and just like straight up animation where you're where the line is the line. There's no like variation in the alpha channel necessarily. But it reminds me, I haven't examined it in a while, but I think a lot of the traditional 1990s era Disney movies, they had that like sort of like lush look, partially because I suspect the lines were colored. I don't think they were all using.
I
totally
remember
black
it on.
lines.
I think Aladdin. His skin tone was like that.
I think Ariel the Little Mermaid too. I'm thinking back, and maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I think she had like red lined hair, skin tone lined body, and it just sort of made the whole thing softer and a little more lush.
You know, that was when they were Disney had actually moved from cells to a computer for those. And they were trying to hide it from people because they were kind of like, "Oh, I'm not sure people are going to think the magic is gone."
I remember that they were literally concealing from like their press corps. They were concealing the fact that they had a new computer program that was helping them do things digitally instead of on cells. And so they were being as deceptive as they could about it. And it's like now everyone is like, who cares? Of course you're using things digitally. That's new technology. But oddly enough, Hazen, did you see the chatter on social media about that new trailer that just dropped from Disney for, what is it, Hexed, I think? Because funnily enough,
Oh no, I haven't really been on. I mean, I've like tweeted some stuff on Twitter, but I've not like really been into it.
There's
like a week, so I probably missed whatever that is.
they dropped a trailer for some new, Disney Pixar style CG movie. Except I don't know for sure, but people are saying on there, they took one look at it and they're like, wow, this is absolutely Sora. This is 100% Sora. Holy shit. This whole movie looks like it's just a giant Sora render.
Well, it's
everything
not. I can
is
tell you that
everything is
it might be Sora. Yeah, they
Everything
had
is
a
centered.
partnership with Sora.
everything is centered and it's like made for phones.
Well, yeah.
They've lost the rule of threes in the widescreen.
The thing is, if it's AI, then it's like, wow, AI really looks pretty good if you don't look at it for too long. It's coming along. But if it's not AI, then it's like, wow, whoever's directing this is a shit at direction and shot composition.
Well, the director of that movie is a lady who did Wish, so we'll see.
Yeah, they decided, they're like, you know what, we'd love to lose another.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that was AI too.
I mean,
Dave,
maybe.
would you like a
Well,
compliment?
Me? A compliment? Yeah, sure. I'll have a compliment.
Okay. This picture was good when the
Me?
stream started. Every element added, such as background and colored lines, just elevates it. Thank you, Phil98.
Oh, thank you.
Phil.
It's Phil98, F-I-L-98.
What the fuck?
He can call himself whatever
It's LA
he wants.
Phil.
He's distributing compliments. But yeah, everyone is looking at this hexed trailer and saying, "Wow, this looks exactly like a bunch of Sora renders." One of the things
They're also saying it's the concept of Owl House. So.
well, all the clips are all like exactly the length of AI generated clips, and the compositions are all like dead center compositions, and I don't know, like.
Yeah, that sounds like AI.
Maybe people are just getting paranoid, but the other thing too is like if it's AI, it's AI that is like just being cranked out without really a lot of like nuance or like.
That's
care.
the thing I was gonna say. Yeah, like Disney's billion-dollar company. Like you're telling me that they had like an active partnership with OpenAI and to use their Sora engine, and they didn't even bother to be like, okay, well, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create a Laura that like makes things Disney style. We actually have like all the footage to do it, so we can, what could we do with this? We could train it on all of our like late 80s, early 90s era like animation renaissance stuff, and we can make movies like that again because we're Disney and we have time to sit down and like fuck with it and get it right so that it can do this stuff, even if we don't ever release that to the public. Why did they not do that? People wouldn't give a fuck if it was AI. If they were making stuff again that looked like Little Mermaid and fucking hire Renee Bergenois to come in there and sing as a crazy French chef, yes, the people they would get their fucking asses out of their house to go fucking see and support that. Let me guess, whatever this Hex movie is, it's like just fucking stupid like 3D shit.
It's 3D magical girl. Magical girl goes to a world.
Yeah.
She has powers now.
No one's going to see that.
It's a magical girl. As it turns out, the world actually sucks, and she's kind of perfect, and the world is fucked up. But it needs to recognize how magical and special she is, and she needs to just assert her girl power a little more. People are also saying, I never saw Owl House, but people that watch it are like, wow, you guys seriously ditched Owl House just to take the exact concept and put it into a film without the creator of Owl House. It looks
well,
like
that is insane. That actually is fucking insane. Jesus Christ. I don't even think Owl House was that good of a cartoon. The only thing interesting in it was Ida and King.
Oh, I heard about King. Yeah, it's a cute design.
Well, this kind of brings me
Alex
back,
Hirsch plays him.
This kind of brings me back a little bit to Beanmouth style, and like one of the things that like sort of irks me about it. I don't even think that it's like, oh, it's a bad style. No, it's not a bad style. It's actually a fantastic style for what it is. But when
people have no problem with it with Gumball, yeah,
it's fine. It's when everyone is suddenly doing only that style for every project and everything that they draw, especially when it's people that aren't even like in a professional production, just people doing their own stuff. It's kind of like, really? That's the way you draw? No, that's not the way you draw. You are absolutely only imitating something, and it's nothing but imitation. Like, how do you draw? How do you see things? How do you bring things to life? Because if it's just like aping somebody else's completed sort of style, someone else's completed sensibility, then what are you bringing to the table? And I feel like it's kind of a similar issue with this Pixar CG sort of stuff. It's like, really? Is every single film, is this the optimal style for every film you guys ever do? Is this really the optimal style for every single story?
No.
Is there any variation ever? Is there any story where maybe a slightly different way
there
of
will
drawing
be.
would be relevant?
That's another thing.
If somebody just copies for too long, they forget their own style.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of do. That's going to be another thing. Like people, again, a lot of these people who are no longer in the industry or no longer getting like a lot of jobs, they love to go on Twitter and complain about like AI is super gay. And then like when you actually drag what it is out of them, they don't like. It's not that it's steal from artists or whatever. It's always, I don't want there to be like a new wave of people using a new type of technology that I don't understand and don't approve of competing with me that can make stuff faster than me.
Yeah.
That's what they don't want. And that's going to happen. That is a singularity. We are getting dragged into that black hole, whether you like it or not. And I'm not saying I accept AI for those reasons. I accept AI because AI will bring things back like that. We will be able, if we can actually create like video AI that can animate stuff that's indistinguishable, it's not like, oh, that's AI. That's got to be Sora. Like if we can actually make AI make quality stuff and people who are like good directors be like part of it and have a team working under them, just like they do with fucking animators, guess what? We don't have to have one style of thing. We don't have to, everything doesn't have to look like fucking Steven Universe, ugly, stinky little fat kid with fucking curly hair. Like
Mamo
it doesn't have to be that.
Mamo is doing a cutesy art thing and Whip has crazy ears. Dream it, animate it, and
what?
change the world. Project Dreamkeepers, animate anything, dream without limits.
Sora animation
Sora
tool.
animation
Well, you need to
tool.
change that because there's not going to be a Sora.
Well, actually,
soon.
that's another thing that's a little bit interesting. Project Dreamkeepers, animate anything, dream with it. This is cool, Mamo. Thank you. This is really fun. I gotta look at
Those
this more
little-
closely
yeah.
after the stream.
Those
Maybe
ears are
we'll be
really
the
scary.
maybe we'll be the tip of the spear. I mean, we're already kind of doing it, and
I mean, maybe
I don't know. I
the
feel
thing-
like
the thing that like baffles me, like if Disney's really using AI for that Hex thing, and it absolutely it sure looks like they are. If they're not using AI, boy, they dropped the ball on directing it because it looks like AI. But I'm like over here trying to use AI as much as I can to make this Captain's Log animation come out faster. And over and over and over again, I'm like, well, this actually isn't quite right. I got to do this part by hand. I got to do this part by hand. I still have to do this part by hand. So it's not even like I'm not trying to be like snooty and like, I'm just so much better than AI. It's like, no, but if I want to use AI as a tool to bring my idea of animation to life, rather than like some sort of like, well, I guess that's good enough kind of thing, then it actually does require a whole lot of care and nuance and precision. And I don't know, it's a tool that I need to get better at, but it's definitely not some magical button that you just press and get stuff out. Except, I guess, to a degree, it is if you have low standards or no taste, and that is why I think
Oh,
in the
come
next
on. No, or you just have an open mind as to what you're getting and you're happy.
well again, people with like no taste.
one way
and
to
low
say it,
standards.
Liz. Yeah.
But that's why I do think another phenomenon that's going to be a result of this AI content explosion, which is coming, it's already kind of starting off now. I think audiences are going to start to have higher standards for stuff because there's going to be so much shit. There's going to be so much shit that's just bad. Like people are going to have to start being like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna gong this. This is just kind of like very generic. This is ugly. This doesn't really seem to have a cool concept, and so there's gonna be so much stuff that's just poorly done. I think and it's gonna be like a double-edged sword for a lot of indie animators. A lot of people say indie, like that means that they should get like a free pass for making shitty stuff, and those people are gonna run into a problem because I think audiences are just gonna be like, you know what we kind of would just there's so much stuff we just sort of need to watch things that are good again. And
Would you like a compliment?
Oh, a compliment? Sure, thank you.
It's like Piscetti. Ooh, Piscetti.
Yeah, seriously.
Interrupt you, Piscetti. A treat. Firu says you are better than Disney.
Oh, well, thank you. I think that is high praise. I will say thank you for the compliment, but I think if we're being real, maybe I have some things that would recommend themselves about what I'm doing with the story of Dreamkeepers and the visual style and stuff. But I don't want to say like I'm better than Disney because like they've got a creative legacy that is magnificent. Maybe not all of the current
to be
staff lives up to that
fair,
creative legacy, but they've done some amazing things that really serve as a foundation of inspiration for what I'm doing now.
Yeah,
Walt Disney was more of a
even.
businessman. It was the artists he was paying, that did the work.
Yeah, Disney's got the business system and the history way down, but like I think it's a great compliment. I do think it's maybe a little, I don't know, like I would not even say as shitty as Disney is now. They're still producing like full length motion picture things, which we don't have the ability to do. So you could say I like your style more than Disney, or you have more spirit. You're like, your creations are more genuine than Disney. I think those are maybe what is kind of what he's getting at. But yeah, we don't have quite the cannons and the sales Disney does quite yet.
Yeah, a 1-to-1 comparison.
But I feel like one day Vivid might have something close to that.
well,
Vivid theme park.
No one knows the future, but we
Yeah.
honestly we have built a lot up from where we started. Where we started from. Now it's at the point where me and Liz actually are doing art full time, and that is an absolute blessing. I didn't know if this was going to happen. I remember outside of college, first of all, you know, as soon as I got out of college, it's like, well, now I have to immediately pay every last bill myself. This is all I got, and I have like very little money in the bank account. All I have is what I saved when I was, spoiler, working during college. So out the gate, I was trying to do freelance, and that wound up just draining too much.
You were working for bagels.
Yeah,
You were working for bagels, honey.
sometimes you literally work for food because you need to eat. I've done some periods of unintentional starving during that period, but eventually I just was like, you know what, freelance. I was making progress with it. I was starting to get more commercial contracts and stuff, but it was just such a drain that I wasn't working on Dreamkeepers at all. So that's why I just got a Joe job, because I was like, I need my energy to make what I want to make. I don't like this freelance stuff. I don't enjoy it. This is really just making me hate art. So what was I getting at? But yeah, no, for years and years, just regular jobs, and there was no guarantee as I was working at, like, you know, not like minimum wage, but pretty close. Well, some of them were minimum wage. As I was working, some of them were minimum wage jobs. There was no guarantee. That's like, you know what? If you just put these books out there, then for sure you're gonna have a career with art at the end of it. There was no guarantee of that, so I kind of had to, like, you know, do a gut check and just ask myself, all right, am I willing to take this risk? The risk is I pour my life into trying to make what I want to make creatively, with no money, no support, no nothing. And the risk there is I'm 50 years old. I have a pile of graphic novels next to me, and those graphic novels are exactly what I wanted to make, but I am just broke. I'm a fucking broke-ass 50-year-old with no prospects.
A broke-ass bitch.
Yeah, broke-ass bitch. Am I willing...
I loved you, Bish.
I love you, Bish. Am I willing to accept that risk of being a broke-ass bitch at 50 years old? And I decided, you know what? Yeah, I'll take the risk. Fuck it. Let's go for it. So the fact that we are now, me and Liz, actually paying our bills by doing this art that we love, and we're trying to help. Not only that, but Vivid has grown to the point where it's helping other authors get their books out there too, and hopefully extending the same opportunities to additional creators. And
who have families too, by the way.
Yeah, and we've got, like, now we're starting to get into like some video games, and we are dipping our toe into more animation and hopefully getting tools that can accelerate our ability to create stuff for you guys. So, I mean, I never knew if we would even get this far. This is kind of incredible where we have come based on where we started from. So yeah, who knows where we go from here? We might be approaching a point where things kind of tend to multiply, because a lot of times in ventures like this, there is a critical moment, right? There's a critical point of momentum, of gravity, where suddenly when the gravity kicks in, it sort of takes on a life of its own, and things start getting sucked in, and things start like really working well. And I think if we keep on just plugging away at the projects that we're doing, if we keep on, you know, creating the video games that we have in the pipeline, if we continue creating Volume 6, Ascension, these animations we're doing, these other books we're publishing, I feel like we're getting closer to possibly being able to get a lot more entertainment into a lot more people's hands.
Move faster.
Yeah, the whole current goal, like the first stage goal with like Vivid and Dreamkeepers and all that, was like, all right, first the goal was make really cool stuff that we love, but the business goal of that was like, okay, what if it got to the point where this is what actually supports me and Liz's time? And we have thankfully accomplished that goal. So the next goal is, now can we pull in more sets of hands than just me and Liz? Because frankly, even with, like, you know, the advanced technology doing some pretty cool stuff, there's only so much that me and Liz can do just ourselves. So if we want to expand the production capacity of Vivid, we do need to start having more resources to support more talent. And that's kind of like the stage of the adventure that we're in right now. And again, that's why I'm almost kind of glad that we don't have a gigantic secret trust fund that just got dropped on us to fuel all this, because if we pull in more people, we actually have to make sure that we do it in a manner that is like sustainable with a real business. And if we do that, it means
we have to be careful. We can't just like pass out the salaries to all of our friends that do nothing.
No.
You know.
Well, yeah, with Vivid, we actually have to do we have to be the real thing. We don't have a choice. We can't just like bamboozle people with like a giant money party and like all this like you know, hoopla and pizzazz and like cover over it. And
I don't know. Maybe maybe we should start a Australian animation company.
You know, I wouldn't even necessarily be
Spindle
against
did.
that. I would, if we were doing it, I would let people know. I wouldn't keep it like a weird secret that we're going after Australia government cash. It'd be like,
Vivru.
yeah, if we want to,
I think we should do that actually. Let's just find some Australian guy and be like, hey, you are CEO of Vivru now. And then he'll be like, okay, whatever, good day, mate.
Creative-
Triple Barbie.
Creative director. Yeah.
like you're probably joking, but
Yeah.
taking it seriously though, the reason that I wouldn't even necessarily go for that as a strategy is twofold. One, there is only a limited amount of that grant money to go to a limited amount of people. That grant, I'm sure that grant is limited. It's not infinite. And there's already some people in Australia that are very, very, very diligently grabbing all that grant money for themselves. So it would be, that actually turns into, normally I don't like to think in terms of a zero-sum mindset, but that is a zero-sum situation. So there's going to be direct competition with existing entities for that limited amount of money. So that's one reason, is because grant writing is not one of my skills. That's not a skill set I have. And you can't just be in Australia, I would presume, and be like, oh, I'll just apply for this grant because I'm talented. Yay, I got it. Nope. You have to be good at grant writing. And being good at grant writing probably means you have to fucking know somebody in the government. And if you don't, good luck. So there's a lot of things that I don't think we could necessarily pull the strings to get pulled together successfully to attain that kind of grant money. And the other reason I'd be shy about it, even hypothetically, let's say we could invest a bunch of time and effort lining all that up successfully. Let's say it was a guaranteed success. I am not confident that grant is going to be around forever, especially as some of these quote-unquote indie outfits that are using that grant to get big, as they gain more exposure. I think there's going to be a lot of Australia taxpayers that are like, wait, I'm working like 5 days a week, 60 hours a week to pay for what? So I'm not sure. That's the issue of like, and that's why I say we need to build Vivid with like a viable business model. I actually want to provide things that customers actually value and make sure that we can, get that value exchange going between us and the customers, because that's pretty stable. Whereas a political situation contingent on a government grant, as soon as someone passes some legislation, that could be gone in a day.
It would be really terrible to get like episode 1 and 2 of your show out, and then all of a sudden something changes in Australia, and then you have no way to continue anything at all because you haven't built up a business. You've been spending money and money and money on like YouTube animation.
I mean, if the money's there and you can just like spend it while it's there and make some stuff, that's cool. But yeah, it's not necessarily a stable foundation for exactly that reason. And if the foundation gets pulled out, like, do you have a viable business that you have established, or do you even have any experience running a viable business, or do you simply have a huge amount of experience burning piles of cash? I think a lot of these people have tons of experience burning through huge piles of cash, but they don't really have much experience running a viable business.
It's actually a bad habit. I've heard that when you start burning a large pile of cash, it's hard to stop. It's just all goes on fire.
I mean, yeah, it sounds like fun, I guess.
I'm only burning my half.
And again,
Cool.
like, I don't even think there's anything morally wrong with like, hey, if the Australia taxpayers are giving you cash to animate, yeah, take some cash, make some animations. But it's just, I don't necessarily think for me that it is a slam dunk to just like, oh yeah, just start a studio in Australia and then you'll get all that money. It's like, probably not. And also, even if
there are people in Australia who can't get the money too. So, like
yeah,
Dave said,
we've had some people talking to us on Twitter that are really bitter because they're animators and they're in Australia and they're like, yeah, I applied to that thing and they just like didn't give me a cent. So it's not enough to be an animator in Australia. That grant doesn't go out to just anyone, as it turns out.
It's limited too. I mean, it's like there's only so much in the bank per time, per round.
Pretty soon, I think Glitch and Vivian are going to be fighting for the same pot pretty soon over there, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Spindleroo. I'm pretty sure that's where I'm pretty sure that's what's going to be doing Zoophobia if she can get it.
Yeah. I know that she apparently doesn't want to anymore, but I still wish, not even to publish, just for me, I would like to have a copy of the original Zoophobia webcomic in book format. Because that's, honestly, that's of her work that I've seen, that's what I like the most, and I would just like to have a hard copy to flip through, because I thought it was some pretty work.
I think they're changing character designs on it, so yeah, I agree. It's much more fluid than the current animation style she uses.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's understandable that the animation style has to make some concessions just because of how they put it together. Because obviously a lot of the stuff is going to be using some puppet rigs and things of that nature, so you can't just have it be completely loosely, freely flowing hand-drawn animation all the time. Well, I mean, you could, but
No.
like there are limits to how much the trust fund can accomplish.
I
We'll put it that
agree.
way.
I mean, like, the cheetah character, I forget his name, it's been a long time. The spots on that would be really hard to do. There's a way to do it, but it might take a while.
Well, yeah, that would be something that I would still even say you'd have to change that design for animation, because even if you were doing frame by frame hand drawn, you can't just put a trillion different. Well, on the other hand, based on some of the character designs I've seen animated in Hell of a Boss, maybe she could. I think that Queen Bee character had like 17 arms and 5 spots and lava lamp animations in the stomach, so it's, spared no expense, as John Hammond would say.
Do you want me to get your soup on?
My soup on? Oh, is it already getting close to the end of the stream?
Got less than a half hour.
Ridiculous.
Got
How is
about
time
20
going so
minutes.
fast?
What are you
Stop
coloring,
it.
honey?
Slow down
Sorry.
time.
Time in a bottle.
Yeah, really. That's one thing. If you're ever like, man, time passes too slow. How can I make it go faster? Animate something.
Animate. Oh, God.
Start an animation project. Time will just blur right by. That's why everything seems like it's going fast right now, because I'm animating a bunch of Captain's Log stuff. I will say though, like, I'm trying to use AI in it when possible. It's not useful as often as I would like, but it's still, the fact that it is helping some things a little bit, it is making it possible for me to put more into the poses and like expressions of the characters than I otherwise could. Because the Captain's Log assets are sort of designed to be recyclable, so that it's, possible for me to animate them. And if I can animate a little bit
Kind of like Space
faster,
Ghost, really.
yeah, like that was the initial idea. Was like, well, let's try to scale something to what we're capable of doing. Space Ghost just used recycled stuff, and this is mainly going to be like a humor-based show, a lot of dialogue. So let's do something like that. We'll have it be sort of constrained, limited assets. But if I have the ability to like save some time with the animation, then that means what that means is I can actually do more animation than I otherwise could, because there's a limited amount of time I can put into it. So the result is that I can actually create more stuff, and that's exactly the reason why I would be interested in using AI, is so that I can increase my creative output.
I think that's, well, I'm not going to say everyone, but like I think of people who are actual artists, I think a lot of those people that's why they also want to use AI, right? Like I think that they want to be able to put stuff out they've only ever been able to dream about, because they didn't start with $1 million trust fund or whatever.
And I think the artists who don't like AI want to gatekeep and be king of who gets to say and do what.
I think that
They
too.
wanna be
I think a lot of those
Control
people,
freaks of like, if you don't think like
Yeah.
they do, then get out of here.
Maybe
because the
it's-
thing they always say, like the thing I always notice, like people, first thing I notice is people don't just sit on their own profiles and talk about like, yeah, I really don't like, I have negative opinions about AI, therefore I just don't want to use it. It's never that. It's never like a calm, like self-contained thing. It's like, this is just my opinion kind of thing. It's always, every day I'm going to make 3 posts about how much I hate AI, and everyone who's using AI is actually stealing my art that I did. They stole it, even though their thing looks nothing like mine. They stole everyone's art in the world. And when you ask them things like, Okay, well, who are the victims? Whose art was stolen? Who do you think, like, can you name artists for me that you think their art was quote unquote stolen? And also, have you never pirated a movie? Have you never pirated Photoshop? Have you never pirated like a paid plugin in Blender or something like that? Because everyone's fucking done that. Everyone's pirated a movie before. Everybody's been on like a fucking movie site and watched a movie they didn't have the rights to, the license to view or whatever. Like everybody's done stuff like that. Everybody's put a TV show. I noticed so many artists who stream on like Picardo and whatever that Pixis thing or whatever, the other thing that's like this, they'll sit there all day and draw, and then in the corner there'll be like a fucking TV show playing.
Yeah.
You don't have the rights to broadcast that. Fuck you. Like you want to do, it's okay for you to do stuff like that, but it's not okay for people to create metadata, like ones and zeros based on existing art, throw it through a machine that can then use that metadata to like de-encode that shit, and then just like make something that kind of looks like a thing that you did or that someone did. In the case of the big checkpoint models, you really just don't even know who the fuck is even in them because there's just so much data to comb through. But it's not stealing. All that's a moot point because it's not stealing. Like, look at this art right here. Okay, so this exists. It's here. Dave is drawing it. He's not even done drawing it yet.
I stole it.
And Mamo's made like a comic with this art. So now, should Dave just be like, well, it's been stolen, so I can't like he's gonna finish it. It's not even based on the finished thing because he made it before Dave even like finished it. So like
Ruined.
It's not
Ruined.
stolen.
Throw it away.
The art is still there. It still
Throw
exists.
it away. Well, now I hate it.
Well, I think there
Yeah.
could even be,
Now I can't finish it. Like,
I even think that there could be an interesting conversation about like, oh, well, what is plagiarism, and then what is inspiration, and how do you draw that line? I think that could be sort of an interesting philosophical conversation. But that kind of brings me to the overall observation that I've had about a lot of the people that get really, really upset about AI is it seems like they're the same people that were on board with every other cancel topic of the last 15 years, and it's just that this is the most current thing where they feel as though they have social permission to attack other people. It's just what they're
And other
told.
artists now.
Yeah, this
Now
is
it's other
simply what
artists,
they've been
yeah.
told to be angry about. And the type of people that are like looped into that system where they're like in the outrage machine and they follow their orders and they get upset about current thing, NPC meme, chip implant, take out the old chip, put in the new chip. Those are the people that are upset. Like, the people that are upset about AI seem to be like a 1-to-1 ratio of people that are always upset about the current thing that they are instructed to be upset about. And when it comes to people that just actually want stuff to be good, people that actually care about the actual work, the actual content, those people seem to be excited at the prospect of a new tool. Or most people, I'm going to say 98% of people, like viewers, customers, people that just like they're home from work, they're tired, they just want to chill and watch something that's not total dog shit. Those people don't give a fuck. They don't care if you used Photoshop or Clip Studio or Sora. They just want to enjoy something that doesn't fucking suck. 98% of people don't care about this at all. It's really just sort of like a discussion amongst artists and weirdos that are starved for attention on the internet.
Would you like a compliment? Are you starved for attention on the internet?
Oh, that's me, please.
Dominique on YouTube says, I'm glad for your success, Vivid. Truly grateful to be one of your subscribers. Still aiming to be a
Thank you.
backer. So there's a ways to go for me. I'm so happy for you, Vivid. Thank you.
Yeah, but when it comes to like the Vivid success we've had so far, thank you very much for the compliment. That when I'm talking about like, oh, viable business models, blah blah blah, Australia taxpayer money, trust funds, we don't have. The only reason that Vivid actually does have a viable business model, it's literally because of you guys, and not just the backers. Although obviously, if you're backing us on Patreon, we are very very grateful for that because that really puts engine in the fuel. But there's a lot of other things that help us
Fuel in
too.
the engine?
Yeah, fuel. Oops, I got that backwards.
There's so much.
I got
You're
it
spilling fuel everywhere, honey. What are you doing?
backwards. But no, there's people that enjoy our stuff even for free. That helps because you're kind of keeping our work alive just because of the fact that you are enjoying it, and so it has life in you. Your like experience with the work actually grants it some form of existence that does matter actually. Also, people that share it, people that show our stuff to other people. We never had like a huge marketing budget. No, like a huge, that's almost a joke ever. The reason the Dreamkeepers and Vivid Publishing and these other creations by the other authors, the reason this stuff spreads is because you guys just proactively go out there and spread it out of the goodness of your hearts. So honestly, when I talk about viable business models, what I really mean is that Vivid is creating things for people like you, and people like you are helping make it happen, and we couldn't do it without you. Like,
we have a wonderful readership, and we're very thankful for them.
you guys are our Australia taxpayer funds. You guys are our trust fund. We don't have the trust fund in the Australia taxpayer cash, but we've got something way better, which is you guys.
Yeah.
An audience.
We don't even have to point a gun at you to take the money.
Not yet.
That might be sweet. I'm not sure if that's sweet. I'll have to think about that some more, Hazen.
I think it's nice to not have to point a gun at people.
That's kind.
That's the Vivid promise. We will never point a gun at you to take your money.
Wouldn't it be great if there was a logo of a company with just like a gun at you? and then the slogan's like, "We will take your money," or like, "Give us your money." The bank. It's a bank, and the logo is a gun at you, and then the slogan is, "We will take your money."
I think you're just describing the IRS, actually. Gun pointed in your face. We are now accepting donations.
I think you gotta finish this tonight, Dave.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty close. I'd still need to do
Taking up the whole time.
A layer of rim lighting, and then some overlay.
Oh,
some glows,
man.
But then it'll be.
You're not gonna get that done in 15 minutes.
Maybe I will.
No. You know what? You need to do dinner tonight, and then you should move this to Monday and finish it up Monday. I know you get in a groove and you like to finish things before Monday, but could you move it to Monday and then work on the Lula thing right now?
Don't tell me what to do. Fine. I do need to get more
Bish?
comic done. I need to get this Captain's
Honey?
Log 4 done during June, so I will. After the we'll end the stream on time, and I will get back on that Lula scene because it's coming out pretty good, actually.
Thank you. I loved you, Bish.
I love you too, Bish.
I loved you, Bish. I loved you, Bish.
Inside joke. Only the edgy kids know that one.
Oh, only 90s kids know.
Oh, speaking of 90s kids, one of the things, I think I can spoil this about the Captain's Log 4, it's just a minor fun detail. One of the things in the Captain's Log is going to be like Captain Dave is trying to do his broadcast and then it's glitching out. And if it was up to my own devices, there would have just been like a, what do you call those color bars? Like the broadcast color signal? It would have been that during that shows, and then his broadcast is back and that shows. So, it does the job. It gets the idea across that, there's things glitching out, and that's what I would have had time to do. But because I wanted to also mess around with AI generation and see how that worked, I was able to actually be like, well, what if instead of like a broadcast signal bars, what if it was actually like snippets from like just random fucking goofy shit? So I generated some...
I was gonna use your geckos and other videos you own, but that's fine. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, well, I thought that idea was good. Like, oh yeah, other animations we've done, that could be kind of cool. But honestly, as soon as I heard the idea of like, oh, what if it was just like completely random things? That's funnier. And I've got to, again, the guiding light with all of this is what makes the actual final content the best and the most entertaining. And I think the best and the most entertaining thing was going to be to have it, actually be it's just some cool random stuff. And it's like, do I have an account on stock footage or stock photos? No, I don't. Can AI just randomly generate things that I could probably think of funnier things than whatever I could find on stock footage? And I did, and you will enjoy them in the Captain's Log. So it's just that little section of like static breaks of the transmission that went from being just like oh well, it gets the idea across, it moves the story forward, on with the show. It goes from something that just gets the job done into being, in my opinion, one of the things I thought was like the funniest about the whole shebang. So now that's one of my favorite sequences.
That's because it's the only sequence you have done.
It's not the only sequence I have done. Check yourself before you re-wreck yourself.
I recreation to myself. I wrecked it.
Oh yeah, look at the double layers of cell shading is exactly what this needed. Perfect. Now I'll go ahead and add that
It
to
looks
Veronica.
good.
By the way, for those who are joining us later in the stream, this is Cassandra and Veronica from Paris City, which is Psy Coyote's project that he's working on. So if you think these girls look cute and you want to see more of them, especially because Psy Coyote is making some pretty fucking cool animations with them, look up Psy Coyote on X and check out Paris City. He's got a Telegram.
And Blue Sky too.
Yeah, he's on Blue Sky too. If you'd like to visit hell, look him up on Blue Sky, or he's on X and Telegram.
He actually does Paris City and all of this with his partner, but I don't recall their name right now.
If you could just look up their name, then next time we stream we could dox them, and that would be perfect.
I don't know.
You guys, I'm a big fan of Psy Coyote. Real name, yeah, I'm not the best at improv, okay? I was gonna try to improvise a real
Here's
name.
a photo I took of them in their bathtub when they weren't paying attention.
But then I was
That's
like,
how you know we're friends.
What if I made up a name, but then what if I heard his real name sometime, and what if I accidentally said his real name by mistake? And that anxiety is why I will never be a stand-up comedian, right there.
That's great, Dave. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Do I have any compliments?
No.
Right when you make me feel insecure, the compliments run out.
Do you want me to store them for later? I'm not going to.
Like in the silo? Yes, please put them over in the compliment silo. I need to refresh myself there from time to time. I dive into them.
Yeah, copy paste the chat over into the side text.
I
just
dive
read
into
to you
I
later.
dive through a gigantic silo of compliments like Scrooge McDuck in a giant pile of gold coins, which would be fatal, by the way.
I screen cap my favorite comments and compliments and save them in the compliment folder, and I re-look at the chat later.
I
I
run
feel
them
sad.
on a loop and have AI read them aloud to me as I fall asleep at night. Ah,
I
yes,
put
the
together a
approval of
video
people I
of
haven't met in real
put
life.
a video
Dave,
called My
you are
Favorite
the
Compliments.
best artist in the world.
Yay.
That one like weird Morgan Freeman-esque voice everyone did AI videos with for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Dave, you got compliments.
Oh no, guys, I wasn't actually fishing for compliments. I was making fun of myself, seriously.
It's gonna go in the compliment folder.
You know what? If you're complimenting
Prince
me,
Bean.
take a little time, compliment some of your fellow chatters in the stream. Say hello to them. Say hello to Mamo, who makes these really cool, fun pictures for us just to randomly enjoy every time we stream. Seriously, these, let me pull that latest one up. These are really fucking cool, Mamo. Thank you for making these. So give some compliments to him, give some compliments to Gabe and Hazen, and, like...
Give some compliments to yourself.
And,
Eat your own compliments.
Is there anyone I'm forgetting?
Hazen.
Gabe,
What did I do?
Hazen. I'm just telling people to compliment you. Gabe, Hazen, Mamo, everyone in the audience, anyone I'm forgetting, anyone at all that I should remember, anyone that's probably the most key person I should be remembering for compliments. Nope, I think I got it.
Okay.
Oh, right, Liz. Fuck, Liz. Yes, compliment Liz as well. The love of my life.
I'm not going to compliment you back, by the way.
Thanks, Bish.
Yeah, I love you.
This is
All right.
one-sided relationship.
Anyway, it was Willie Silver says, you do good work, Dave, and you do exemplary work, Dave.
Oh, thank you. If you're giving me this many compliments, you got to balance it out with like some roasts and some insults in there. Otherwise, I'm gonna get a big head.
Some roast.
Yeah.
You gotta give me some roast too. Pork preferred.
Grass-fed, grass-finished.
Someone's gonna take
Yeah,
that too far.
my roast has to be
Suddenly,
grass-fed, grass-finished.
I'm gonna
No
start-
antibiotics.
No antibiotics. Yes, I'm gonna start getting like
Sugar-free
extremely
compliment.
viscerally real death threats in the chat. They'll be like, "Oh, you want us to roast you? Well, we're gonna show up to your house in the dead of night and break in using like a file, and then we're gonna actually kill you with an axe. How's that for a roast?" And it's like, nope, it's not how you do it. Doing it wrong.
That's not sugar-free. Sugar desu kisu. There's a little
Thank you for
inside
that.
joke for you guys
I
who
don't even get
watched Odd Taxi.
What?
I
Oh,
watched-
I've
I
seen
watched
that.
Odd
I don't
Taxi,
get
but
it.
I missed the joke. What part is that from?
That's the ending song. It's the like little
Oh.
idol girls at the end of each episode where the credits roll. They sing
You
that
have
sugarless
seen that
diss song.
Too many times. You like that?
I've
a
only
little
seen it
too much.
twice.
You know, I
Okay,
would
that's a
work
lot.
to that series actually. It's really chill. It'd be good background for.
It is
watching.
really chill.
Yeah.
I love that because it's just so like it's great and it's just so different from like anything else.
Yeah, it
And
has a
it reminds me a lot of Satoshi Kon's like stuff. How when Satoshi Kon was making like Paranoia Agent and his movies and stuff, like they were anime, but they were very different from like the like typical. They almost like are a genre on their own.
Yeah.
Odd Taxi feels a lot like that. And there's like all the characters are like little anthro characters in Odd Taxi, but there's a reason that they're anthro characters. You'll find out at the end of it
yeah, it's actually
why that is. It's not
actually a
just
pretty
because
cool plot point.
I just like that. Yeah.
Like, in fact, what I was kind of my complaints earlier when I was like, everyone always just does the same thing. Everyone imitates Beanmouth. Why don't people have their own way of seeing things and doing? Like, Odd Taxi is a really. There are a lot of examples out there of people actually bringing a unique vision into existence, and I would say Odd Taxi is one of those.
I would say so too. I like that show a lot.
Hey,
Go watch Odd Taxi if you haven't watched it, guys. Come on.
let's talk
It's
about
wonderful.
health. Okay, Dave, it's your favorite topic.
Hell? Yeah. Why? What?
Yeah. No, health. Health.
Oh, health. Yes. Almost the same. Go on.
Shut up, fish. Anyway, so explain grass-fed, grass-finished.
Oh, sure. I'll explain it quick because we're running low on time. Basically, cows are healthier when they eat what they're designed to eat, which is grass. A lot of times what they will do with industrially raised cattle is, they
In
load them
America.
up with, in America, they load them up with antibiotics and poor living conditions, and then they feed them tons of grain. Just grain. Also, the grain they feed the cattle does not have the same health requirements as the grain that they feed to us. So the pesticides that they put onto the crops doesn't really get taken care of. It doesn't really get washed off. The cattle get the worst of the grain. So what happens is inside of normal meat that you buy at the grocery store, there are higher concentrations of glyphosate inside the meat than the FDA permits to have on the outside of vegetables that are sold to you. So it's the meat is literally poison unless it's grass-fed and grass-finished because they get so much pesticide.
In America, at least, yeah.
Because they get so much pesticide from the grain. And on top of that, like, grain has a, if you get into the whole paleo thing, grain has some lectins. Humans weren't really evolved to eat grain. That's something that we just, like, thought up 10,000 years ago, and then the chronic diseases hit. So the lectins, those proteins that the plant uses to defend itself from bugs, the industrially raised cattle also has a lot of lectins in the meat because they get, blasted with so much grain in their diet. So that is
Okay,
why.
and then also,
you'll just be in much better health if you get the industrially raised fish and cattle and produce out of your diet and try to get stuff that's like all good for you.
well, that's why you want wild caught fish and shrimp and not farm.
Yeah, exactly. The same basic issue is like the industrially raised stuff. There's just a lot of health issues that are not
Okay.
optimal.
Now, the problem with chicken in America is that ideally chickens should be eating bugs, but we can't feed chickens bugs and feed everybody. So, Dave, what are we feeding our chickens?
I don't know. I knew it a while ago. I think they just feed the chickens basically grain and corn. So same basic.
And soy
situation.
and stuff.
Yes, soy, grain, corn,
Yeah.
just stuff where.
You ever see a
that's-
vegan in real life?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing to the chickens.
they'll try to like package it too where they're like, oh, it's super healthy because they have a vegetarian diet. But it's like vegetarian diet means there's stuff in it full of soy, which is really estrogenically active, it'll fuck up your hormone balance and cause some health issues if you have too much soy. There's stuff in the chickens full of like soy, corn, which is like, we've talked about corn on stream before, and of course like grain with tons of pesticides in it. So it's just not ideal, especially if they're, and they're so tricky with chickens and eggs too. They'll say, oh, these ones are cage free, and you think, oh, that sounds good, that sounds like healthier than normal eggs. And then you look up what cage free means, and it means they're in a barn all the time, and then like for 2 seconds, I'm exaggerating a little, but for like 0.2 seconds of the day, there's a tiny secret door like 30 feet off the floor in the barn that opens like, and then it closes. And the company's like, see, they could have gone outside in that 2 seconds. They could have gone outside. They're cage free, but they're basically the same as industrially raised. So if you're getting chicken and if you're getting eggs, you want to look for like free range, like out on the pasture, something specific to that. The phrase cage free is just basically shady marketing, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. And that's why if you can't have gluten, technically chicken and beef still has gluten in it because they're eating the corn and the grain and all that, and they're getting the gluten in their bodies.
Yeah, well, I think specifically wheat, like wheat grain will have gluten in it. And,
yeah. So you can't actually get it out of the meat completely.
Just the world of wonderful things you learn when you have an autoimmune condition. But fortunately, I will attest that having a good diet and stuff seems like it basically cured it. I'm fantastic. I just finished, actually, today I just broke like a 104-hour fast, and I was just like running around and exercising all during it, and I feel great. I don't look like
104 hours.
Yeah, like a little bit over 4 days.
Jesus Christ! I've never gone that long.
It's really good for him.
The only reason I go that long is for the immune system reset. Because if you go for like an extended fast, one of the things it does is it will take your immune system and be like, hey, we got to start getting rid of cells. A lot of autophagy kicks in. Autophagy is when cells basically destroy themselves so that your body can consume them. And when your body is like, well, what cells should we destroy? First, it destroys the old shitty cells, like the ones that are all busted up anyways. And guess what? Rim light. The cells in your immune system that are causing the most problems are these old busted up immune cells that are getting all cranky and they're bad at targeting things. And so basically the immune system cells that are really bad at causing immune system problems. So if you've got an autoimmune disorder, sometimes, talk to your doctor first. I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm just telling you what has worked for me personally. But yeah, if you go on an extended fast, your body is going to nuke some of those feisty immune system cells. And guess what? It actually generates stem cells and replaces those immune system cells with brand new, shiny, much more better working cells. And also it upregulates the amount of immune system cells that are actually modulatory. So there's some immune system cells are like soldiers. They just go out there and like blow everything up. And then some immune system cells are like military police, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta keep the soldiers in line." So,
Dave, is gluten a protein?
Yes, it's technically a lectin, and lectins are a class of proteins. And
okay, is it people with intolerance?
They'll get strong for eating them.
Gluten free, or like because you don't eat gluten, you keep gluten out.
I try to avoid it. Yeah. What was the question?
I mean, is it people with, like, should people avoid gluten?
Generally, I mean, you could obviously read a lot of stuff. A lot of recommendations from the food pyramid still recommend grains as like a thing that you should eat a lot of. But if you look up literature on paleo diets, I kind of subscribe to the idea that we did not evolve for hundreds of thousands of years or millions of years eating grain. That's a relatively very recent development, like within the last 10,000 years. And the thing is, grain is a grass, and it's got these proteins on it, these lectins, which are designed to kill bugs, basically. That is what they have as a natural defense, to keep bugs from eating them. And you're not going to immediately get poisoned if you're a human eating a lot of grain, but over time, it builds up, and it is a poison, and it doesn't do great things.
It's how you get the wheat gut, honestly, in America.
Yeah, I think Dr. Gundry wrote a book, The Plant Paradox, where he described, like, yeah, that's why people tend to get, like, these little bowl bellies, is because, like, the wheat, actually, especially WGA, wheat germ agglutinin, I think is another protein. It's actually even worse than gluten, but it's another one of those lectins in wheat, and that thing just wreaks havoc in the body.
All right. Don't lectins cause or promote inflammation?
Yeah, generally speaking, they can. Now, I should clarify that lectins are a whole huge class of proteins. So we're talking like thousands and thousands of different proteins in different plants are technically lectins. Not every lectin is going to do the same thing, because with proteins, one tiny, tiny little change to the protein structure and it'll do dramatically different things inside your body, surprisingly enough. So some of these lectins are probably not that big of a deal. I know some people get on this like anti-lectin bend, and they're like, oh, I have to cut out all lectins, everything that has lectins forever. And you know, it's maybe not the worst idea in the world, but honestly, not everyone is going to be equally as bad. But that said, definitely wheat is a huge one that I tend to avoid. Anything that's like wheat or grains, that's why on my diet I don't have anything with like traditional flour. It's got to be like coconut flour or almond flour.
We do almond flour is really good. We do alternate foods like that. We have a really good bread that I make that's just all from scratch, and it's perfect.
Yeah, it's insane. I can't believe you found all these recipes. Like, that's actually the best bread I've ever had, and there's no flour in it.
You know what? Speaking that I am a criminal, you have soup here, which by the way, when you break a fast, the best thing to do is drink bone broth. Which make. Yeah. That's why he has the soup.
If anyone is
the bone broth.
If anyone is thinking about going on a fast, do some research on it first. Don't just listen to like David the cartoonist don't take medical advice from a cartoonist. Okay, I'm not a medical advisor. Don't do that.
Just take it easy. Do not. I've only done a fast, and that's by a fast I mean maybe 2.5 days. Is probably the most I've done. But the first time I did it, it felt really weird. I didn't like, and at one point I thought that like maybe my heart would just stop because my body, like, I don't know, it just was not used to not having like any sugar for a long time.
Yeah.
So just be careful. I would even say like don't do a full fast. Like if things are getting weird, break it with saying, you don't have to eat an entire fucking cake.
No.
Yeah, bone broth, and I don't know. Maybe there's I think there's different ways to do it. Even so, I would even say like if you can have a little bit of sustenance, like bone broth, and then maybe like try it again the next day, maybe that would work. But eventually, you do need to get nutrition. So
yeah, and if you're interested in it, like you can't start too small. Like even like a little like, oh, this time I'm gonna go on like a 16-hour fast. So what does that mean? Basically skip breakfast. Boom. Because you didn't eat during the night, that's 8 hours right there. Skip breakfast. And then you've had like a little minor fast, and that's probably not going to be too dangerous unless you have like some medical situations. But yeah,
there's some things you can have when you're on fast though.
Yeah, anything that's like zero, like water, tea, black coffee. But yeah, start small. If you're looking for information on fasting, if you are interested in the topic, Thomas DeLauer is a YouTuber where I kind of got all of the stuff that I learned from him, generally speaking. So he's got a lot of really, really helpful videos on how to fast and how to break a fast. Because if you're fasting to lose fat, right? Which you can lose a lot of fat when you're fasting if that's one of your goals. But if you break the fast with a combination of carbs and fats, your body will basically just immediately pack all the fat right back on. So when you do break a fast...
I'm watch this, your Thomas DeLauer guy.
Oh, cool, yeah. Yeah, he backs his stuff up with a lot of clinical research, and it's very interesting. At least I like him. But yeah, don't break a fast break it with lean protein, like lean clean protein, or fat, or protein and fat. But I don't know, just generally stay away from carbs for like a day or two, and then you can get back into carbs again. Because the issue with carbs is it's the easiest fuel for your body to burn. So your body's like, oh, carbs, thank goodness, I can immediately start burning this. And then anything else your body is taking in, it's like, and I'll use this other shit to rebuild my fat stores, haha. And so you want your body to kind of be like, oh, well, I don't have any carbs, but I've got protein and I've got fat, so I guess I'll have to burn more fat and protein and stuff, and then boom, you can kind of lock in your any gains you've made in the fast from, if you're looking for body composition modification. And another.
Okay, you're over time.
I'm rambling again. People.
Yeah, why don't you shut up, Dave?
No, I knew if this topic started, we were gonna go way over time here.
You told me not to go over time, and then you got me started on a topic that would go over time.
Don't bring up health with Dave. Don't bring up video games with me, and you will.
And then there's nothing, and then we can only talk about AI. It's great.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to give the chat a safe word so that they can stop us when they need to.
There's a delay though.
They're like banana.
Anyway,
if you see them just like fiercely typing banana, you know that we need to stop talking whatever we're talking about.
You'll misread it and just be like, well, here's why bananas are good for me, and it's too much sugar. And...
Well, they can be a good source of potassium if they're green bananas. That's fantastic, but the ripe, and then they're like, no, that's not what we meant.
Anyway,
do your own research or ask Dave on Monday.
Yeah.
I need to make some almond flour bread to dip in your soup. I completely forgot.
I'll still eat soup anyway. It's delicious.
I know. Well, that's tonight. I'm gonna make it for tomorrow. So you're gonna have leftover soup.
Meanwhile, I'm about to log off the stream. Thank you guys for coming out and chilling with us a little bit. But if you are unaware of it, we are currently doing a Kickstarter for GarageBand. I don't know how you could be unaware of it, but you could be. So if you want to get
our newest bookmark,
the newest indie comic that Vivid is publishing, Kickstarter's live right now. It's over halfway done. It is over 200% over goal. And there's some cool stuff in there. Hardcover graphic novels that we have.
Thank you, Hazen.
We have unlocked foil stamping and spot gloss. I love making the books beautiful like that. So I'm really pleased we unlocked those stretch goals. And there's a really
I heard that we did a poll.
Yeah, there's a poll going right now. If you want to help decide which character will be the plush character for the campaign, you can.
I've heard Ginger is winning.
Ginger is winning by a lot. It's not even close. So the Anton lovers, they're going to have to really show up in the next day if they want to possibly have a shot at an Anton plush.
Anton is going to have to make some fake accounts and vote.
Anton is going to be making so many sock accounts. He seems like the type, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I want to just let people know, if you want to get the Rihanna figurine, that is going to be exclusive to the campaign. And I think these 3D, this is just a mock-up, but I think these figurines are going to come out badass. We've got a new supplier. They're going to get some color on there. We're going to get like the whole water stickers for the eyes.
I heard there's going to be packaging too. I have not seen this. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah,
actually, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get a prototype sample in here and do an unboxing. See what we get.
Yeah, probably, but. I don't know. It's just we're continuously trying to kind of like level up the. Oh yeah, and there's going to be bookmarks too. But we're continuously trying to level up the quality of the merchandise that we're producing at Vivid for you guys. So yeah, come on over.
We're pretty close to the second plush stretch goal as well. Like closer than I thought we'd be at this point. So
I always think
there's that.
I always think campaigns. Oh, they tend to. There's like a big rush at the open. There's a kind of a push at the end for people that are like procrastinators. Then the middle, there has been no slow middle this campaign. It has just been rising linearly. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, normally a campaign goes really fast at the beginning and then it kind of like slows to a crawl and then it speeds up at the end. This one has been just really steady all the way through, hopping overnight. Yep, every time we wake up, it's a change.
So I guess, again, thank you everyone for the support. Thank you for supporting what we do. Thank you for getting merchandise that you love. And again, you guys are our Australia taxpayer money.
Aww.
Heart.
But it doesn't shut off.
All right, everyone be
Just
good.
Keep going.
Have a good weekend. We'll have another stream on Monday, and that tectonic animation is coming up. We've been working really hard on that, and it's going to be really cool. Even though she's rolling her eyes here. All right. Any last words from you guys before we end the stream?
Eat lots of gluten grains and lectins.
No, don't do that. Don't listen to him.
And then you can ride the.
I'm evil, Dave.
Then you can ride the motorized wheelchair at Walmart and fight for the wheelchairs at Walmart.
Evil Dave be like, eat more gluten.
It's negative.
Negative.
Bring kids to furry.
He wants you to eat refined sugar. Don't do it. Stream ends in 5, 4, 3, 2.